Hello and welcome back to the Goodwood Revival meeting. We're now going to the kinrara trophy, where we have cars such as the E-Type Jag on pole with Rob, the Shelby GT350 of Dean, then that's another one there, and then a Ferrari Berlinetta there, very nice car, another E-Type, the out of sorts Corvette, again that idiot Ben Milden driving that, John Riley, oh no, not again, this guy's back, oh dear, look what he's done to that poor car. That's Ricky, and at the back again sandbagging, and OP is Nathan. Waiting for the start, look at all those British flags, makes one proud, and when the flag drops within 5 seconds we'll get the race started, and the flag is waving it away, and it looks like a terrible start for that terrible, oh dear, and yes, Michael again with an awful start, and drops to the back. Into the first corner at Madgwick and onto the back straight, and who's got the horsepower? Oh dear, who's got the horse? Oh dear. Well, that's a complete mess, isn't it? Let's see what happened. We're on board with poor old Michael, who got a terrible start, and he gets absolutely annihilated by the Ferrari Berlinetta of Sean Daniels there, and oh, he's into the corner there. And at the front it's Rob with a bit more horsepower. The old boy's doing much better in this race than the Sussex Trophy race earlier, and Ben's handling of cars does not seem to have improved. The Corvette looks just as evil as the Porsche earlier. Oh dear. And that's just as terrible looking as the Samba bus, as Flynn takes to the grass, but only momentarily. Michael's sideways at every opportunity. Down the front back straight, and it's Rob from Dean in the very garish looking GT350, and he's leading his brother again, who's in hot pursuit in the Corvette Stingray, and still the E-Type leads though. Plucky old British car there, makes you proud almost, beating the Americans at their own game. Then we got the Jag in fourth as well, who came from the back of the grid. There's Flynn, who's, oh no, that's John Riley. Ahead of the Ferrari, it's Berlinetta, and then we have Flynn, and Michael still can't decide where to completely destroy his GT350. Working the back straight again, and the car's struggling with grip, and oh dear. The Illumina Special seems to have gone off at turn 1. Oh, got a bit of a swapper on, oh boy. Hold on to it. And into the barrier. Oh dear. Oh, the parts bill will be expensive for that whole thing. And the Ferrari Berlinetta recovering from the grass there. But he's still ahead of Michael Watts, who looks like he's gone in far too fast. And indeed, boom, another crash. And he won't have much left of his car after this incident. Rob still leads though from Dean. And Ben's evil Corvette is caught up to Dean, but catching up to both of them is Nathan in the plucky British E-Type Jag. And let's see what the horses are like. Oh dear, that Corvette looks evil. And there goes the Jag around the outside, quite splendid. Oh, that's going in the scrapbook. Rob with seems to be controlling his car absolutely to perfection. He's now stretching his lead, kicks up a bit of dirt. Oh dear, where's that old GT5? Oh, there he's back. There he is. And oh, he's lost the back end. Dirty tyres and into the wall. The American drops another place, and it's a British one too. Get the national anthem going, boys. But Rob looking splendid out front. Can he be caught by the law? The bobbies are on the charge. And the Corvette just still looks like it shouldn't really be on the road. Possibly hasn't passed its MOT. The Ferrari looking gorgeous, sounding beautiful. There's John Riley in 8th place in his E-Type, and Michael is what's left of his GT350 there, going around at the back, and the car's drifting through St Mary's beautifully. Dean a little bit too much grass there, and he's got a bit sideways. Oh, almost as sideways as the Corvette there. And the Corvette drifting into the Levant corner, Now down the Levant straight, which it's still a bit twitchy in the old straight, you know. But Rob still stretching his lead, although Nathan into second place, Ben in third, Dean after that crash down to fourth place in the garish. Oh God, not again. Speaking of garish, the Illuminous Special there off into the grass and gravel, but he's still just ahead of Flynn. He was probably cursing the fact he chose number one, but he's made up a place. Look at him go. The Jag passes the American again. The Yank falls backwards. There's nothing he can do about it. That beautiful Ferrari. Oh dear, Michael. Oh. He's getting a bit of a reputation for that, you know. Ow, just banged my leg. Still the Corvette looking completely undrivable, but Rob has really got the handle on these E-types. He's being caught slightly by Nathan. The Corvette can only just about keep them in sight. The back end looks like it's up on stilts, which is probably not going to help the, oh dear, the situation. And the 350 Shelby doing a great job in fourth. Way back in fifth is Flynn. Then we have sixth for Ricky in the car that you won't miss from space. And then the beautiful, my favourite, Ferrari Bellinetta in seventh place, just roaring its way around the track as the leaders flash past. Rob, Nathan and Ben. Then it's Dean into the last chicane, and it's called the chicane for obvious reasons. The Corvette still not looking anything like drivable in third place. Ooh, break up, sorry. Difficulties with the signal there from space. And around the first. Oh dear, Rob's a little bit sideways there, but Nathan's closing in fast, so he's getting a bit agitated. Nathan catching. It looks like Rob's fought the law, but the law's won. And the Corvette's still looking completely out of sorts there. And yes, Flynn. Oh dear. Where's he gone? There he is. How could I miss him? The Ferrari Bellinetta is recovering from another spin there. But we have our battle for the lead. And it's Rob versus Nathan. Nathan tries around the outside. That's a plucky move. He might go for the old cutback. Oh dear, look at this. What a sight that is. As it crashes into the wall. Oh, the marshals don't seem to care. Yes, they're like, well, you chose the car, old boy. And away he goes in a cloud of smoke. But we have a battle for the lead, and it's a beautiful one between two British E-Type Jags at a British circuit. And, well, things don't get more emotional than this for this commentator. Look at him go down the inside, the old Bill down the inside. Oh, but Rob's fighting it. Rob says, not on your Nelly. And he's gone around the outside in a beautiful four-wheel drift to keep the lead. Nathan will have to try harder than that. Out of the last chicane, called the chicane. And heading towards the first corner, and hopefully I keep my voice going like this for the rest of the day. My wife will wonder why I've lost my voice, and I will not explain that it was doing old school commentary on a video for SBR. Down the back straight, yes, and flat out now, reaching speeds of at least 120. The police car in hot pursuit of Rob's beautiful Jag, the Curious one. I think that the sticker is on the front. I can't quite see, it's going too fast. But yes, it looks like it. Into this tricky corner. Oh, at St. Mary's, and he's dropped the wheel off into the dirt. But Nathan not close enough to take advantage of that, and they drift around the out way of St. Mary's. It's not proper English, but what ho. Into Levant, and oh, nice from Rob there, smoking his contestant out there, and hopefully he's trying to choke Nathan to death so that he can win this race. But Nathan hasn't bought that trick. Meanwhile, the Corvette's, oh dear, still trying to get around St. Mary's. Nathan in the slipstream. and around the outside. But that's not going to work, because Rob will need some room for drifting, you know. It's the done thing around that corner. Through the chicane. Mind the flowers, they're not cheap, you know. Across the line. And not very long left in this race. Rob, can he hold on against Nathan? Nathan trying which way to go. Round the outside, the inside. Now he tries the outside of the first corner. And that, oh dear. Oh dear, Rob's got terribly loose. And again, but he's keeping the position. Nathan will try and go around the outside, but can't. And Rob seems to have the measure of Nathan at this moment. The 43 car leading the POLICE sponsored car. Looks rather like a jam sandwich to me. Now into St. Mary's. Beautiful corner this. Look at that. Just kick it sideways. Get it back in line. Back to the left-hander. Again, a bit sideways. Rob really has the measure of these cars. And he has the measure of Nathan at this moment. Nathan can't find a way through. He might have to ram him. But no. A nice drift there from both of them. And away back down Levant Straight. Meanwhile, oh god, here it comes again. But that was actually quite timid for him. And still the garish looking Ricky is in hot pursuit of Flynn for 5th place. And the beautiful Bellinetto 7th now, but about to get lapped. Or has been lapped. As the E-Types still squabble over the lead, but that's a mistake from Rob again. But no, Nathan still can't make the move. These guys are very evenly matched as we move close to the end of the race now. Only 5 minutes to go, which is about 2 or 3 laps. Can Rob hold on? Or can the plucky Brit Nathan closing and take the opportunity at any moment now? Possibly, I don't know. Will Rob drop it? No. Oh, Rob's gone a bit wide. Now can Nathan come up the inside? And he's got the inside as they head down to Fordwater. No. Oh, yes, he's got an overlap. There's a little bit of contact, but no, Rob keeps the lead. Rob doing everything he can to keep this lead. Ahead of the sandbagging Nathan. Remember, he started from the back of the grid. And there we go, into St. Mary's. He keeps the lead. No opportunity for Nathan here, unless he rams him. Which I said was possibly an opportunity. And again, round the outside, but we know that won't work. Down the inside of Levant, can he do it? No, the door's closed again. Rob's gone in quite hot though. But oh, Nathan's got a good drive out of there. And now down the straight. Who's it gonna be? And Nathan's catching, but Rob's closed the door onto the grass for Nathan. Just about survives that moment. And into the last couple corners. And oh, Nathan's on the grass. Has he spun it? Nope, he's still there. Rob will be extremely disappointed with that. Would have hoped he would have looped it there, old boy. Out of the chicane, down the straight they come. Beautiful sight. These cars roar past. And there's Dean. He's holding down 3rd place in the GT 350. Car number 22. Oh dear. Here comes the Corvette, who looks like he's just had a half spin. And oh, this is going to be more than a half spin for Ricky. Oh, he's really lost it. But he's just collected it up. That could have been a massive crash. And the Berlinetta still going. But lap down. Still sounds fantastic. Oh, listen to that. Now out the back at Fordwater, absolutely flat out. These cars on the limit of adhesion. Rob now just stretching a little lead over Nathan as they come into view at St. Mary's. Absolutely broadside. Now, sorry for that. Oh. And Nathan still can't find a way through. Rob's just literally closing every opportunity. And into Levant. Oh, Nathan's really gone in fast there. He might run wide onto the grass. He might spin. He might also lose his insurance claim. And he might be sacked from the POLICE group that he's representing. But Rob now with a good lead. A nice lead. And he will look in the mirror and be very happy with that. And nothing the American can do, or that American either. The two Mildens there in the hopelessly woeful American cars that do not handle. Number 27 there, and they are at least half a lap ahead of the the garish looking luminous green with pink wheels. Whoever thought that was a good colour scheme. But Ricky holding down 6th place as my personal... Oh dear, Rob's gone in way too hot. Rob's wide, and now is the opportunity that Nathan's been waiting for lap after lap, and he does take the lead. Just as Rob had it in the bag, he's bottled it, which is a trait of Nathan's, but Rob has borrowed his bottle for this race as they go through Ford Water. Nathan now away, and he will surely win this race with only a couple minutes left. Rob's lost it in the last knockings of the race, and he will be devastated with that if he actually cared. But Dean there with the flames on the bonnet being caught by the Corvette again. As the Corvette goes through this corner, which shouldn't unsettle any car, but does the Corvette for reasons that are not clear to this commentator. Yellow flag's out, and we've got the garish special off. And it looked like a car stopped there, it looked like Flynn. And, well, we've got a replay. Now, does the Jag take the American out? No, the American takes himself out, and the Jag helps. Flynn feeling the need to wait for him, but I wouldn't. And away down the back straight, Nathan's got this in the bag now, a clear lead from Rob after that mistake from Rob. And he will be kicking oneself. And it's looking more and more likely like an E-Type 1-2, which is absolutely fine with me, as long as the Americans don't get involved through the chicane. Nice drift from Nathan. Away down the straight. One more lap, I think. I think there's one more lap to go. Not getting anything out the marshals are not telling me anything, so it looks like about one lap to go. And this could be a battle at the end, as the GT350 coming under pressure from the Stingray. Across the line they go. Lovely sound of the V8 rumble. There's no match for the E-Type today. So look at the battle for 5th and 6th. And they're going to be lapped. If they're not too careful by the battle for 3rd and 4th. And the E-Type swoops past the GT350 with absolutely no bother there, as you would expect, being British and all. No problem. Number 1 says it all, really. Oh dear. Yes, he must have hit some oil. The Jag doesn't normally handle... Oh dear. Like that. Here's the beautiful Berlinetta. Nathan, though, on his way to victory. Quite a simple victory in the end. Once he had to get past Rob, who was defending very well. But Rob, unfortunately, probably spun on his own oil from the Jag there. Had a half spin, and that was enough for Nathan to take the lead and on towards victory as he comes into the chicane, I believe for the last time. Rob's attacking, but it's too late. He's kicking up the dirt, and Nathan will make it 2 out of... Oh dear, the Jag spun on its own oil again. Oh dear, he's just about going to make it across the line, and Rob's hit it as well. Oh dear. Oh, well, that's a terrible ending to the race, but both Jags 1 and 2. Oh dear, and the Corvette still having handling problems this late in the race, but it's going to be Dean that comes home 3rd in the GT350. Number 22 takes it for America, and then the ill-handling 27 Corvette Racing comes home 4th. Here is the Berlinetta, the last to finish, as the other guys were lapped. And let's just listen to the Ferrari. Oh, that sounds good. Right, through the chicane, yellow flags waving for reasons that aren't clear, and out of the chicane and across the line, and that would complete the this trophy race. Thanks for watching.